welcome to Ellen. Today on Ellen, we are going to talk about the glass ceiling and how it affects the women and minorities in the workforce. To help us with that, well, you will welcome Allison. Woo. Wow. Such a big fan of you.
I'm a big fan of you.
Oh, thank you. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
I'm so glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here.
So do you know what the glass ceiling is?
Yes, I do. I think it's greatly affected me and many other women in the workforce today.
Yeah, it definitely has. It was hard for me to get where I am today.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy. So we have some fans that tweeted to me, wanted to ask you some questions.
All right.
So, Glass Ceiling 125 wants to know how you got to where you are today.
I started working in restaurants at 16. I just was bussing tables, and then I slowly went from bussing tables to hostessing, and then I started serving tables, and then from then I went from working in the restaurant to working at the front desk, and then I just kind of kept going up from there. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very
slowly
cool.
but surely.
Okay, and Women Power wants to know what you think about the glass ceiling and how it has affected women in the workforce today.
I think it has greatly affected women everywhere, whether they realize it or not. A lot of people just don't even think about it anymore. They think it's just a normal thing where they're not going to question why they're not being promoted. They're just used to their own jobs and stuff, and it's sad that it's such a common thing now that men are mostly always paid more and always have higher positions. So I think that as women especially, we really need to start making it more of a known subject and make people more aware about it.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, so I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What's your advice to women in the workforce to get to kind of the position that you're in today, and what would you tell them to kind of advance and break through that glass ceiling?
I think they should never hide what they're thinking. Like if they feel like something isn't right, they should vocalize it and make it like a known topic among their workplace, being like, this isn't fair, like I've realized this multiple times and nothing is changing. So if they want to change something, then I think they need to actually say something about it to get it moving.
Nice. Yes. We all agree, all of us women agree with that in the workforce today. But a quick word from our sponsors and a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. You can pause.
Sometimes in life, whether it's personal or professional, we hit a wall. And you know what? We continue to hit that wall so much that we get frustrated. And we feel as though we've lost control. Lost control of achieving those goals that are important to us, or things that we really want out of life. Now, when it comes to women advancing in their career, some will say it's less about hitting a wall, it's hitting a ceiling. It's hitting a glass ceiling, which is that it's what people do to us, or what organizations, institutions, teams that we work for do to us that holds us back. Now, you all may have been in the work environment long enough that you've hit a wall, or in your personal life, or perhaps you have hit a glass ceiling. You know what? I personally have hit many walls and many glass ceilings through my career. Let me just give you a few examples. I remember many times early on when I really wanted to get this new opportunity. I would seek it out, I would go for it, but somehow it would get passed by. Or I'd want to, really speak up in a meeting. In fact, I actually had the courage to speak up. And you know what? I knew people here heard me, but they didn't take me seriously. They didn't acknowledge what I said. Or I knew there was this wonderful project out there that I would helped me to really learn and grow, but you know what? Nobody would take a risk on me. And I really believed at that point there was a glass ceiling out there. That's all I could see. And then one day I was blessed to have a wonderful mentor. He pulled me aside and he said, you know, Beck, I'm going to be really honest with you here. You probably have a lot of good reasons why you feel frustrated and you feel like you're being passed by and so forth, and they may be very legitimate. But I'm going to ask you a very important question. Have you ever thought about asking yourself what you may be doing or not doing that's causing you to get passed by for opportunities, not being taken seriously, and so on and so on? And you know, that piece of advice that mentor gave me years ago was significant in turning my view of how I view life, how I approach things, how I approach my career and my personal life as well. So I learned that the glass ceiling was less important than what I refer to now as the sticky floors. And I learned that much of life's destiny lies underneath our own feet.
Just wanted to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, TEDx, for helping women break through the glass ceiling and for helping me get to where I am today in my career. Thank you so much for being here today. We loved having you, and we loved hearing your answers and hearing your opinions on the glass ceiling.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. We'll see you again soon.
Bye.
Next.
Come on, where's the ace? I need to beat this game of solitaire so I can get back to work. Just kidding, so I can play another game of solitaire.
Man, I am so exhausted. I wish we had some sort of break. Been up all night writing this report, and now the manager wants me to write his report. I just hate it here.
Yeah, I've been up all night with the kids. Manager's really demanding. Just need some time.
Yeah, I just finished my parts yesterday night, and the boss has my paperwork.
Alright, cool, thanks.
Okay.
Okay, so I got an email. I guess I'm supposed to promote one of you guys. So just keep working, and I guess I'll pay attention. I might have to restart the solitaire game. I can't find a single ace. This sucks. You guys working over there?
Yes, boss.
That's what I like to hear.
I wonder who's gonna get this promotion. We've all just been nonstop slaving for weeks, just so the boss can be happy.
One of us is definitely going to get this promotion soon, though.
Yeah, may the best man or woman win.
Yeah, checkmate.
Is everyone working over here? Playing chess at work?
It's a really good game.
Madison, that's unacceptable.
It's
You can't be
intense.
playing games at work. Come on, get back to work. Close the chess game.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now back to my game of solitaire. Okay, so I know you guys have been working hard the past 6 months working for this promotion. I just got an email from the upper management that said I have permission to promote whoever I want. I decided to promote myself because I know I've been doing a lot of good work. So keep working, guys.
What? Can't believe this.
The glass ceiling phenomenon is intangible barricade that prevents women and minorities from climbing the corporate ladder or other hierarchy in a business, in spite of their accomplishments and qualifications for upper positions. The core issue with glass ceiling in organizational culture is that it creates an unequal playing field for promotional options for employees. This is an issue because business who use this practice push away potentially great working talents for their company. Because those people do not want to be affiliated with an organization who discriminates or does not feel as if the organization deserves their commitment. When they know there is no potential to move up in their company. The idea is very prevalent in a number of organizations and keep histories at a standstill in the corporate world, as it involves the other area of life.
One source that we used is from Forbes magazine, and in this article they refer to an article from the Wall Street Journal that was written in 1986, and this was kind of the beginning of the glass ceiling. So when it had an actual term, it really resonated among women because there was finally an actual term that captured all of their frustrations toward what they had been going through. But this article also says that there should be another metaphor for what it is, and they call it the labyrinth. And this article defines a labyrinth as a complex journey towards a goal worth striving for. So in this case, like the glass ceiling, it's a complex journey for women to keep getting promoted and get higher salaries in the workforce. Some barriers of the labyrinth include prejudice, resistance to women's leadership, different leadership styles, and family demands.
Another one of our sources is The Economist, which is a website about international business and politics. On their site, they had a detailed glass ceiling index, which shows where women have the best chances of equal work and equal treatment in the workforce. At the top of the index is Finland for its share of women in higher education and labor force participation. The U.S. is below the average.
Another one of our sources is Mind Tools, which is a website for employers and employees for a successful career. They have things such as leadership skills, time management, team management, problem solving, decision making skills, etc. And an article on Mind Tools talks about how it's not just women and minorities that are affected by the glass ceiling. It's much more about the personality of a person. The personality of a person goes further than just the race or the gender of the employee. This source talks about how an employee who is trying to influence change too much or doesn't communicate effectively or has other personality traits that are not valued by the organization, that is more of a barrier for them than their gender or their race. The source states that there's 3 questions that an employee should ask themselves about their company, and it is what are the values of the organization, what kind of people are promoted, and what behaviors does your company value and reward. By asking these 3 questions and answering them about your company, an employee can determine what steps it needs to take based on its personality to get through the glass ceiling. Some steps that an employee can take to answer these questions and try and get to the level of a promotion and break through the glass ceiling are to set objectives for themselves to figure out what they need to change, find a mentor within the company, build their reputation, and know their rights to determine how they get to that promotion level.
Another one of our sources is thefeminist.org, and it kind of offers a reason as to why the glass ceiling phenomenon occurs. Women are often locked out of jobs in the business mainstream or any sort of job that can offer them any kind of personal gain or ability to climb up the corporate hierarchy. But even when women get a line position, it's likely not considered to be in a crucial part of the company or in a position that could possibly mark them as leaders, which makes it that much more difficult for them to climb the ladder. Women executives are often concentrated into low support jobs such as staffing or human resources, generally jobs that don't really have much opportunity to get to the top. Women executives are also frequently excluded from meetings just because they're not seen to be policymakers. The corporate executive suites that these meetings take place at are often referred to as boys' clubs or only men-only clubs, I guess. Along with this, sexual harassment remains one of the biggest issues in the corporate world today. 90% of industries report sexual harassment claims by women, yet only 20% of the offenders lose their jobs. 4 out of 5 offenders are reprimanded.
So for an additional way of getting sources for our project, we also interviewed 6 different managers. Jackie LaCroix of Einstein Bagels, Michaela O'Neill, who is an assistant manager at Ram International, Leslie Martin, the store manager at The Bookie, Kevin Prime, the general manager of Rain Shadow Properties, Austin Pfeiffer, who's a manager at the Residence Inn in Pullman, and also H. Kawahora, who's the front desk manager at The Grove. So for the interviews, we really tried to interview a different mix of people to get a wide variety of opinions, and surprisingly, the managers really most of them gave us the same answer, whether they argued whether or not the glass ceiling really exists. A few of them said it was outdated and not as prevalent, but some said that they still believe it's there. No one really gave different answers to really lead us to believe anything different from what we already know. But it was nice to get their experiences, to have a little difference between each of them, and it was also, it had its benefits in giving us more information on the glass ceiling as a whole and how it really is prevalent in today's hospitality industry.
Hey guys, my name is Jasper Johnson. I played the worker in the skit, and I also DJ'd for the Ellen DeGeneres theme music.
Hey everyone, I'm Madison Pruitt, and I was a worker in the skit, and I played chess, didn't get promoted, still pretty depressed about it.
Hi, I'm Allison Corrigan, and I played the person that Ellen interviewed.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex Sabatka, and I played the manager in the skit.
Hey, I'm Botar Liu. I'm just a Asian worker on your company.
Hey everyone, I'm Logan Greenfield and I played Ellen on The Ellen Show.